ton of time.
They are beautiful and precious creatures that should never be harmed.
Is that special teams? More forwards! Epic fail.
I mentally don't me crazy.
More like, shoot me in the head.
Hopefully they know what hockey is.
Hi everyone, I'm Nikki, this is Robin, and today we're going to be talking about
The origin of NHL team names.
As you know, or may not know, there are 30 teams in the NHL. What's surprising me is the fact that a number of them were just picked from a Name the Team contest.
Yeah, and so, some of them have ties to the area, some of them have ties to their own history from places that they've moved before, and then some of them are just random. And we're actually going to be doing this in 2 videos because there's so many teams. So welcome to the first 15 teams alphabetically.
So today we're going to be giving you the Anaheim Ducks through the Minnesota Wild. The Anaheim Ducks.
The team was first purchased and created by Walt Disney to capitalize on the movie The Mighty Ducks. So they started the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, and later on, Walt Disney sold the team, and then the team was later renamed to the Anaheim Ducks instead of still being the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Arizona Coyotes.
The Arizona Coyotes, formerly the Phoenix Coyotes, were actually first the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets were losing money and had to move the team, so they picked the state of Arizona. When the team came down, they decided to name the team through a Name the Team contest, thus becoming the Coyotes. The Boston Bruins.
So the Boston Bruins, when they originally started, they wanted to name it after some sort of, animal that was cunning and powerful and fast. And so the word Bruin actually comes from Old English, and it means brown bear. The first time that the word Bruin actually made an appearance in the English language, it was through the Raynald Chronicles. And it's about primarily a fox. And in the story, Bruin, the brown bear, actually gets tricked by the fox when he's trying to trick the fox, and he ends up getting locked in a tree by the fox.
Not so much with the cunning there. Way to go, Boston!
Buffalo Sabres.
The Buffalo Sabres were named through a Name the Team contest because they didn't want to end up being something like the Buffalo Bisons. So instead they became the Sabres, which is an offensive and defensive weapon. And their logo actually is
transliteral, practically.
It's a picture of a buffalo and 2 sabers. So you kind of get the whole plural thing.
So if you read it from top to bottom,
Buffalo Sabres. Calgary Flames.
Okay, so the Calgary Flames originally moved from the Atlanta Flames, and they kept the name. But the Atlanta Flames were named for the burning of Atlanta, which happened back in the Civil War by Union General William Sherman. So if you think about it, the Calgary Flames, a team from Alberta, Canada, is named after a Confederate Civil War battle. Carolina Hurricanes.
So the Carolina Hurricanes actually have a pretty interesting history. They started out in New England as the New England Whalers, and then they were the Hartford Whalers. The team moved, and the owner decided, I'm just gonna name this team all by myself! So he called them the Hurricanes. Then also he decided their colors should be red and black, because those are the colors of the college team's arena that they were going to be sharing. So he didn't want to have to redecorate the whole arena, so he just decided, we'll just use the same color scheme. The Chicago Blackhawks.
Well, the Blackhawks were actually named not directly after a Native American. They were actually named after an infantry division from World War I that was named the Blackhawks. The infantry division was named after a prominent Native American from Illinois' history who was from the Sauk Nation, Black Hawk. The Colorado Avalanche.
So the Colorado Avalanche really started out as the Quebec Nordiques and then moved down to the Denver area. And at first the owner wanted to kind of pull a Carolina Hurricane owner thing and just name the team all by himself. And he decided on the Rocky Mountain Extreme. So there was actually a public outcry to rename the team because they thought it was so stupid. The public put together 8 names for management to choose from, and Avalanche was one of the choices. So the public kind of gave the management their own Name the Team contest. The Columbus Blue Jackets.
CBJ is actually a Name the Team contest, and the finalists for the 2 were chosen based on a questionnaire filled out by one of the guys, the head of the management group that was going to be starting this team. And they asked him, what does Columbus stand for? What's Ohio stand for? And so they came up with 2 names, the Blue Jackets and Justice. But they went with the Blue Jackets, which is a reference to the Union Army. And so all of the troops that Ohio contributed to the Civil War made a huge difference. They actually contributed more troops per capita than any other state in the Union. And a lot of the major Union generals also came from Ohio. So we have the Calgary Flames, who are named as an homage to the Confederacy, and the Blue Jackets, who are named as an homage to the Union. Dallas Stars!
So the Dallas Stars started out as the Minnesota North Stars, but a couple of years before they left Minnesota, they dropped the North. So the Minnesota Stars decided, we really want to move to California, and they were talking about going to Anaheim, and Anaheim was kind of like, okay, we're kind of coming up with our own team. And then they kind of thought, maybe we'll go down to maybe San Jose, and they kind of go, we're doing our own team too, sorry. One of the former Dallas Cowboys came up and decided, hey, you guys should just move to Dallas. We've got a great market. Everybody loves football, and basically it's the same thing. You're just doing it all on ice. Not the same thing. So they decided, sounds good, and moved to Dallas, bringing Mike Madonna with them. The Detroit Red Wings.
They got their start as a part of a Canadian sporting club. That particular club had a big history with cycling, and the owner had also been involved heavily in cycling, and the logo that was used by that club was a wheel with a wing. They were the Winged Wheelers. And so when he started the Detroit Red Wings, he wanted to keep that logo because he really liked it, and he decided that he would make it red, and so he just called it the Red Wings. The Whalers.
So the Edmonton Oilers are kind of the oil capital of Canada because in the 1950s, a bunch of oil deposits were found there, and, well, there you go.
Florida Panthers! The Florida Panthers are actually named after an endangered species of cougar/puma/panther. They're all the same animal, did you know that? That's native to the Everglades. Los Angeles Kings.
Well, the LA Kings kind of got their name from an inspiration of another hockey team from the Pacific Coast Hockey League, and that team was called the LA Monarchs. Their logo was already kind of a tiara crown thing, and they liked that, so they just decided to name their team the LA Kings. Minnesota Wild.
So after the North Stars moved to Dallas and became the Dallas Stars, Minnesota really wanted a hockey team back, and so the mayor campaigned with everybody to get another hockey team. And they narrowed their list down in terms of names to a bunch of pretty terrible choices. So they were the Blue Ox, Freeze, the Northern Lights.
Can you imagine if the Northern Lights were playing the Dallas Stars? And what would their logo be?
Like a rainbow.
Would Rainbow Bright be their mascot?
The Voyageurs, and then the White Bears, and the Wild. Out of those choices, sure, we'll go with the Wild. Because especially since when they announced the team name, they actually got to do it to the tune of Born to be Wild by Steppenwolf playing in the arena.
Thanks so much for joining us for the first 15 NHL team names.
And stay tuned next week for the next 15.
That's right. And if you haven't liked us on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or
YouTube,
especially YouTube, obviously, if you're watching this channel, you should subscribe to us. Please do so. And we'll see you next time.